How's everything going, guys? Welcome to another reaction video here. I am ACA Guenter. I hope you are well. Today we're going to be watching a WatchMojo UK video. A couple of weeks ago they did a video on the top 10 disturbing British comedies. So these are comedies that are a little bit dark, got a bit of a twisted edge to it, inappropriate language, that kind of stuff. So today we're going to be doing that one. The two that come to mind in my head, there's two that come in my head straight away, right? The first one, I think, is the greatest dark comedy of all time, that's The League of Gentlemen. Good morning, job seekers! Okie dokie, piddly pokey! Yeah, that's Pauline. In this house, I'm still gonna have to wait a minute, but I can't say this in the video. This is a local town. This is a local shop for local people. There's nothing for you here. And also, in this house, we don't masturbate. I had to wait for a minute to say that. So, ironically, the person on the screen right now is actually one of the creators of A League of Gentlemen. Mark Getters is actually one of the creators of it. So the two that come to my mind straight away are Monkey Dust, Okie Dokie, and League of Gentlemen. So they're the top two that I can think of. There's probably others in this list I may have seen before or never seen before, but they're the two that come to mind when I think of disturbing comedies. So, hope you guys are well, hope you guys are looking after yourselves. So yeah, I'm just going around just doing random videos, I am, for YouTube. I'm not, at the moment, I've been doing, 3 uploads a week. I'm just doing random channels. So we get on the video then, guys. So WatchMojo UK's video, the top 10 disturbing British comedies. Let's go. Oh, sorry. But work I actually clicked on it.
4 years I've been registered.
Disabled?
No, with the dating agency.
Welcome to WatchMojo UK, and today we're counting down our picks for the...
Yeah, the two guys in the background there, that's League of Gentlemen as well. That's Reece Smith and Steve Pembleton. So it was those two and Matt Gattos who created League of Gentlemen. If that's not number one, I'll be surprised.
The darkest of dark British comedies that leaves audiences laughing.
That's Monkey Dust. I knew Monkey Dust was going to be on this. Hi, I'm on work experience. I'm Kelly. Kelly, what are you doing? You told me to take this fork and stick it in the plug socket.
And Disturbed. We'll shy away from spoilers here, but watch these shows at your own peril.
Thought maybe she seemed a bit off.
Yeah, or maybe, Deborah, she's just flourishing. Because her neurotic mother's not there to stifle her by constantly begging for attention with passive-aggressive gestures of goodwill. She's quite obviously born of some pathological desire to be needed, of which, by the way, your ridiculous and destructive book is a perfect example. An Evening with Deborah Green?
Yeah, that's Olivia Colman. Yeah, which, ironically, she plays Doris in Hot Fuzz. And now look at her. She's a freaking megastar. Good for her as well. By the way, if you're wondering why I've got a little bit of red tint around my mouth, I've had spaghetti bolognese and it won't come out. It won't come out my beard.
Shove it up your ass!
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
Number 10. Ideal.
Love Johnny Vegas. Never seen Ideal though. I know this is his big show, but I've never seen Ideal. I know him from TV panel shows, and I know him from Benidorm.
I had a baby.
He's not mine.
Right.
With all due respect to Johnny Vegas, Ideal describes the timing of this dark comedy. Indeed, the then troubled comedian had languished in panel shows and bit parts until Graham Duff placed him at the centre of his Salford set sitcom.
Craig, cartoonhead. He's tripping, so don't freak him out.
Vegas plays Moz, a cannabis dealer, whose flat and adjacent characters form the setting and situation of the show. Controversially cancelled at the height of its popularity, Ideal aired on BBC Three.
Well,
I got set up in minutes.
Oh, it's unskippable. Yeah, YouTube recently has got so bad recently when it comes with YouTube with ads. They've recently increased everyone's ads like a week and a half ago. It's good for me because it means my ad revenue's going up, but for some of you guys who want to watch content, it can be a bit of a pain in the bum.
Mainly as it was too dark and unique for the mainstream channels.
Sleep very clean animals. Shut up!
Yeah, what he just said then, because he got cut out, he basically said it was too risque and too controversial to be on BBC One or Two, so they smashed it on BBC Three at the time, which was for more teenage comedies. That's what they put stuff like Two Pints Like a Packet Crisp on. By the way, I love that show, by the way. Oh yeah, Russell Howard was on there as well.
Pigeon without wings.
Obviously, Moz's choice of career...
Hey, let me see, did she hit him then, or did she
Mainly
miss?
as it was too dark and unique for the mainstream channels.
Sleep very clean animals. Shut up! Just think of as a herded pigeon without wings.
She missed. By the way, that's not Johnny Vegas, that's a stuntman.
Obviously, Moz's choice of career is a dark choice for comedy, but the characters give us the most disturbing vibes here, all played for realism over absurdity, and quite disconcerting when you think about them. Yes, particularly Judith. Number 9. Psychoville.
Psychoville is another comedy done by two of the men who did League of Gentlemen. This is Reece Shearsmith and Steve Pemberton on this one. You might see, I'm guessing these two are going to appear quite often on the list because those three men there are absolute masters of dark comedy.
Shall I put the kettle on? I'm absolutely gasping.
So was he.
We might be inside number 9, but for this list, Reece Shearsmith and Steve Pemberton are taking us to Psychoville. Half of the League of Gentlemen didn't spend too long away from Royston Vasey before heading back into black comedy and multi-role performances.
Don't push your luck, kid. I've drowned bigger cats than you.
Unlike their previous show, Psychoville was
Oh, you got Dawn French. Here's the thing. I know Dawn for mainly her for The Vicar of Dibley, which is one of the greatest British comedies of all time. Well, without a shadow of a doubt. However, and also she's got a great partnership with Jennifer Saunders. You Americans probably don't know who that is. Fairy Godmother in Shrek 2.
less of a sketch show and more of a psychological horror mixed with dark comedy. Psychoville, which isn't actually a setting in the series, centres around a mysterious plot that could have easily been mistaken for that of a Hitchcock film, which was incidentally one of the key inspirations for the show. Though Psychoville only lasted for 2 series, its impact was profound.
And believe me, mums and dads, I know pain.
Number 8. Flowers.
Not seen that one either. Like I said, Psychoville I've heard of because it's got Shearsmith and Pemberton in it. I've heard of, but I've not heard of I've heard of Ideal because it's got Vegas in it. Flowers, I've never seen it.
More happy pills.
Donald, that's not how they work.
When I get married, I'm not going to stand around in my tiny blue pants. I'm going to make dang sure that I do everything in my power to guarantee that they love me until they die. Obviously, they'll die first because of my immaculate immune system, but until then, by God.
Although the show revolved around depression, Flowers was extremely funny. It was set around the eponymous Flowers family and made a backdrop of constant tension and suspicion, seamlessly bridging the gap between comedy and drama. Flowers starred Olivia Colman, who would go on to win an Academy Award shortly afterwards, and Julian Barrett, best known for being one half of the Mighty Boosh. Although it only lasted 2 series, both were critically acclaimed, owing to the delicacy of how series creator and star Will Sharp had handled the more serious, grounded topics and counterbalanced them with laughs. They didn't handle the theme of mental health, but included it.
Life is like toilet, Mr. Flowers. Sometimes you have so much rubbish in your stomach, you have gigantic poo. So you...
What? Wait, what?
Huge, of course, blocking toilet. Big panic, you're trying to flash. Poking with coat hanger, use your finger.
Oh, it's disgusting.
Too embarrassed, ask for help. My gosh, what shall I do? But tell truth, Mr. Flowers. No problem if you ask for help.
Number 7. The Mighty Boosh.
I remember a lot of people my age range during high school absolutely loving this. Oh, you've seen the Mighty Boosh? Never met the Mighty Boosh? No, I never watched the Mighty Boosh. It was like, people used to watch this and The In-Betweeners during school. Because it would have been, 2001, 2006. So yeah, right in the middle of Mighty Boosh's run. Yeah. But I never got it. I never got Noel Fielding style comedy. I never found him funny. Like, I know we did Great British Bake Off for a bit, and he did things with Matt Lucas. I prefer Matt Lucas over Noel Fielding.
What are you going to be wearing tonight?
Why?
Nothing outlandish, okay?
Alright.
Unlike our last entry, Julian Barrett's breakthrough to mainstream comedy was decidedly more abstract than his later endeavours. Along with Noel Fielding, the comedy duo, also known as the Mighty Boosh, adapted their surreal stage shows for TV, setting their quasi-sitcom, if you can call it that, in a bizarre alternate reality, and around a very loose central plot of two failing musicians looking for fame.
That is Jinko. He was my friend.
Gorilla forming...
Is that Richard Adewale? I'm pretty sure that's Richard Adewale, sure.
Number 6, Nighty Night.
Say there's a happy young...
Nighty Night is also one of the three men of the League of Gentlemen as well. I think it's Mark Gatiss.
Boy cycling by your window. He looks in and he sees you're bitter with a doll face. He's gonna fall off his bicycle and kill himself, and you've got murder on your hands then, Karen.
Well, nothing says disturbing like a cast of characters who are doomed from the start. Nighty Night has just that. The main characters are either terminally ill or significantly unwell.
What is that?
Don't know. Should we scroll on?
Just to add a little more to the morbidness of the sitcom, the main plot surrounds a murder of one of those central characters.
Yeah, that's the one in the white, that's Ruth Jones. One of the creators of Gavin and Stacey.
Characters, via, of all things, a poisoned Angel Delight. This comedy of cruelty...
Well, Angel Delight is so delicious, if you eat too much it will kill you.
Won a Royal Television Society...
Sorry, butterscotch flavour for the win.
Award for its unique yet hilarious efforts. It also marked an early solo entry from writer and creator Julia Davis, who would go on to give us a lot more darkly humorous tales.
And I just say, Joy will do anything for this salon, and bear in mind she can remove her dentures.
Number 5, Inside Number 9.
Once again, Steve Pemberton again. Yeah, do you know what I mean? He's the master. He's the absolute master of dark comedy. And also, in the middle right there, that's Catherine Parkinson, Jen from IT Crowd.
Woods, we're meant to be playing the game.
It's all right. Keep your voice down. You'll give us all away.
Yeah, chill out, bitch.
Steve Pemberton and Reece Shearsmith's Psychoville.
Yeah, there you go. It's two The League of Gentlemen lads again.
May have concluded, but the pair were far from over. Only a few years later, their next big dive into the dark waters of their psychological humour emerged, Inside Number 9. It was an immediate hit, and enjoyed a decade-long tenure on the Beeb, or rather, an apt 9 series. Unlike their previous work, each episode was set in its own universe and employed only one link across the show. The main setting was usually a room behind a door marked with the number 9. What room that would be varied wildly, as did the characters, tone, themes, everything else. Inside Number 9 was also quite poignant at times, sometimes approaching drama, but always maintained its popularity.
No, not with you.
You have to go down. Yeah, that's clean court, yeah. Give him any ideas.
That guy on the right, he's been in quite a few comedies actually. He's been in quite a few to be fair, and I'm pretty sure she's been in a couple of comedies as well.
Number 4, Monkey Dust.
Here's the kid.
There it is, Monkey Dust. Absolutely love Monkey Dust. It is dark, it is demented in a good way. I would recommend do not watch this in front of family. 100%. Do not watch this show in front of your family, especially to your parents. It is dark, it is twisted, and I absolutely love it. Like, some of the characters like, hello, I'm Ivan Dobsky, I'm the Me Safe murderer, but I've never done it. I mean, they said I'd done it, so they take my willy out the light socket, but they found out that I wasn't guilty. But I had £250,000. Can't smoke his latest album. I can quote quite a little bit of Monkey Dust. I absolutely love the show. It's like there's another character known as the paedophile general, and he goes, "You are a paedophile. It is there on your trunks. It's Speedo. I've just covered up the S. Silence." So yeah, I love that kind of style comedy. I like dark, twisted comedy. Monkey Dust for me. For disturbing comedies, Monkey Dust is my number 2. I'd probably put League of Gentlemen number 1, and then Monkey Dust at 2.
Kids from the flats.
What are they doing?
They've broken into the zoo again. They're doing handbrake turns on a giraffe.
A more accurate question than where do we start when discussing Monkey Dust is probably how did they? Truly anarchic, the BBC Three animated sketch show was certainly no cartoon, delving into plenty of taboo subjects that no one else dared to go.
Yep. Also, the only reason why the season ended was because the creator, I believe his name is Harry Thomas, or Harry Thompson. I know it's Harry. He passed away. So that's why the series never continued. It only got 3 seasons. And only the first got released on DVD.
And got away with it.
I've told you, we don't have any beds. We don't have any trolleys.
But I think my father's had an heart attack.
Well, if you're prepared to pay £1.
The brainchild of writer-actor Sean Pye and Harry Thompson, whose passing marked the end of the series in its prime.
See, not a thumbs up, but yeah, I was correct. Yeah, I remember. I wanted more seasons. Like, you got Ivan Dobsky, the Me Safe Murderer. You've got We Are Cyclists. Then you got this one guy who basically every episode tries to kill himself. And he goes, "Daddy, I really love those presents." After he topped himself, it's dark and it's twisted.
When listing Thompson as one of their top 50 funniest and influential people in Britain, The Guardian attached their view that Monkey Dust was the most subversive show on television. High praise indeed.
I agree.
And yet still not quite enough to fully encapsulate how much of the trend Monkey Dust would buck.
Do you remember that weekend in Paris after we got married? This song was on the radio. We spent the whole weekend in bed.
No.
Oh, Gordon, how could you forget our honeymoon? Sometimes I think my mother was right.
Number 3.
So yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Monkey Dust is a fucking absolute masterpiece. So number 3, we got Matt Berry, who is who you probably know in the IT crowd.
Garth Marenghi's Dark Place.
Welcome to Dark Place, Liz. My hand.
In 2004, Garth Marenghi burst onto the scene with found footage of Dark Place. The 1980s Channel 4 production had previously only been broadcast in Peru, but the lost show was given extra commentary and cleaned up for British audiences. And yes, none of this is true, although the authenticity is off the charts.
Suck on that.
Marenghi himself is fictional, and the series was a show within a show within a show. They're all household names now, but actor Matt Berry, along with co-creators Richard Ayoade and even the character of Garth Marenghi.
Yeah, this was actually created by Richard Ayoade. You guys probably know him as Moss in the IT crowd. You may realise a lot of the comedies from the 2000s, they're all the same people over and over.
In a bizarre twist, started their long television careers with this gem. The Edinburgh Fringe adaptation only had a meagre audience at first, but it grew exponentially with the internet frequently spitting out clips.
I'm out of here.
Not so fast.
Number 2, Jam.
To watch. A patient in a state of unavoidable decline.
Never ever, I've not seen this.
Runs against every instinct I have.
Arguably, Chris Morris seemed hell-bent on winding up TV channel controllers. Another of his shows that transitioned from radio to television, Jam began as the cult classic Blue Jam, a sketch show that was devoid of through-line and made full use of...
Yeah, he was actually in He was in Hot Fuzz, I believe.
Ambient music to bring humour and horror together in listeners' ears.
Of course I want the change. What do you think the gun's for?
For the TV iteration, Jam even dubbed in some of the same audio from the radio show, making it an even more jarring experience with viewers. It wasn't popular with everyone, but Jam's experimental and controversial humour ticks all the boxes of being a disturbing comedy.
Now, hang on. Look, mate, look, it's quite simple. Right? You sold us the telly, you delivered it yesterday, you set it up. And the first time we start using it, it starts pouring lizards. So we want you to come up with a solution, right?
Sweep them up.
And yes, you should notice that many of its cast have already appeared on this list, with their own disturbing comedies. We see you, Julia Davis.
So, what is number 1?
Number 1, The League of Gentlemen.
Don't touch the things!
This is a local show for local people. There's nothing for you here. Yes!
This is a local shop for local people. There's nothing for you here.
I can pay.
Keep your hands where I can see them.
Was there ever any doubt? The League of Gentlemen refers to the quartet of Jeremy Dice.
He's looking for a little boy. I can't say the word because it's a slur for gay people. There's actually quite a few homophobic slurs in this. Actually,
Reece Shearsmith, Steve Pemberton, and Mark Gatiss, all together creating a bizarre radio comedy filled with increasingly obscure characters. They never had much faith in the show's transition to TV, in which 3 of the 4 would star as Royston Vasey's weird population. Yet the BBC and audiences absolutely love the eponymous show's quirkiness because of just how outlandish it is. The initial 3-series run inspired a whole host of comedies that followed. After a metaphysical spin-off movie, The League has enjoyed...
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Just had to do a quick little jump cut there. My son just came into the room, and my wife don't want my son to be on camera. So, yeah, let's just get on with it.
And returning to stage and screen in 2017.
Put your hand in.
Has comedy become too light for you, or are you glad to have broken free of the darkness? Let us know your thoughts in the comments.
Some people ain't got no sense of humour.
Do you agree with our picks?
Yeah, I 100% agree with their pick with putting League of Gentlemen number 1. I completely agree with that 100%. 100%. Because League of Gentlemen is a fucking masterpiece. I think I agree with that 100%. It is a masterpiece and it is the most disturbing British comedy of all time. I agree 100%. So, alright then guys, that'll be it for this video. If you guys have enjoyed this video, if you have enjoyed this video, smash that like button, don't forget to subscribe. If you are new, do check out all the other content from me, check out my other reaction videos. And I'll be back with another reaction video sometime this week. I am going on hiatus next week though. Next week I am going on hiatus. So, until then, have a good one. I'll see you in a bit. See you on my next reaction video. Peace. Bye-bye.